Welcome, trainers, to the PokeSphere. We're your destination for in-depth Pokemon news, community discussions, and editorial content. We're passionate about this franchise, and we're here to share our insights and connect with fellow fans. So let's talk Pokemon. Joining me today again is our special guest, Unseely King.
What is up, sir? Again, this is a topic that I am very, very passionate about, and I cannot wait to see where this goes.
So let's jump into it. Currently, we're at the tail end of September 2025, and amidst the atmosphere of Nintendo clamping down on patents against Pocket Pair's Palworld with their gaming mechanics, we have seen a rise of other creature capture games, some longtime names that will sound familiar, and others that are challenging Nintendo in a sense. I want to start off with Mariibo Go. It's a game that we covered last year, and we were pointing out the similarities between that and Palworld, which of course had similarities between Palworld and Pokemon. And so as of January 17th, Mariibo Go had actually shut down due to copyright disputes with Nintendo. As something that we did kind of speculate at the time, we were going to see Nintendo kind of shove their foot down on this game, especially if trying to take down Pocket Pair's Palworld. And so it's kind of not surprising that Mariibo Go did end up shutting down. I mean, at least it was no surprise to me. You know, I don't think that them shutting Mariibo Go down is going to be something that Nintendo can use against Pocket Pair, but that's just my opinion.
So if when I read this correctly, Nintendo is suing Mariibo Go for, I think, the same type of copyright infringement that they're suing Palworld over. So finding that out made me a little nervous for some other upcoming games that are coming out, due to the fact that you're going after, and let's be honest, we talked about, I mean, you and I have talked about Mariibo Go for, it feels like the past year. I think it's only been around for a couple of months, and for them to be sued just like Pocket Pair has tells me that Nintendo is keeping a very, very close eye on what's coming out, because like this game, to my knowledge, I mean, unless you're very entrenched in, creature characters, or, you were looking for something else to play that's on the same lines of Palworld, Pokemon, Digimon, what have you. Nobody really knew about this game because it was a mobile game. So it tells me that Nintendo is keeping track of the things that are coming out. And now I'm wondering what that means for certain other titles that I'm sure we're going to be talking about. It is very, very interesting. It is unnerving, and it almost makes it seem like they're picking and choosing who they're going after. And that's upsetting to me because of the tactics that are being used. It seems like they're going after people that they don't think are going to be able to necessarily fight back. Now, I'm not going to lie. I downloaded Mariibo Go when I was able to. And I do remember having that conversation, I think it was with you, Draco, where I was like, this is 1-for-1 Palworld.
Yeah, I think so.
And I was like, they are using the same system, they're using the same crafting ideas. Like, it was essentially Palworld on mobile. So I'm almost shocked that Palworld didn't say something, but at the same time, knowing what Pocket Pair is going through, I understand why they wouldn't. But it's just funny to me that Nintendo decided to go after a mobile title, especially when, if you look on any of the, Play stores, the Apple Game Store, it doesn't take a lot. If you type in Pokemon in the search bar, you're going to find a ton of Pokemon ripoff games, a ton of them. So why are you going after this but not going after, I think it's called Elfmon, is another huge one that just always crops up. Yeah, it's just like I said, it's very surprising to me that they're choosing what they're choosing to go after, and especially with the facts that you have games like Nexomon, Coromon, that nobody, they don't even question it. They don't look at it. They don't even seem to care. I'm very much wondering what is going on, I guess, in the mentality there.
It's a shame. I mean, it's definitely another like monster catching game, right? Like to think that it like hits on the stringent policies, at least according to Nintendo, right? Like it's kind of sad to see because it is like Lois mentioned earlier, it is a mobile game. So like just the fact to see it go like after only being like a few months of releases, I feel bad for the developers honestly, because definitely making a game is quote unquote not easy. I haven't played it personally myself, so I don't know like how good it might have been, but I don't know, maybe it could have been something for me.
When we did a review, we there were so many similarities to Palworld. We all kind of were on the same page of how is this not about to get freaking nuked into oblivion, and sure enough, it apparently was. So it just goes to the fact of how adamant and how Nintendo will chase you down if they feel you've slighted them. And before we continue, just to let you know, you can watch us on Rumble, on YouTube. We also have social media links for X and on Blue Sky. We also have a Discord. All the links are in our descriptions down below. So come check us out, hang out. We're always around. Which now brings me to the next game I want to bring up, which is the new Digimon Story Time Strangers. And this is obviously another monster type capture RPG. It's been out for, it's a franchise that is almost as old as Pokemon. It has never been challenged to my knowledge by Nintendo, and so this is one of the few games where I think they're not going to, only because of the fact that it is backed by Bandai Namco. They seem to have a pretty decent relationship with Bandai Namco, and I don't think they want to sour that. So when it comes to suing over mechanics, I don't see Nintendo kind of pushing the button against them per se, but it is a game that does have similar mechanics that Pokemon does, yet has never felt the wrath of the Nintendo legal department. And so what are your thoughts about this, with the game coming out, the mechanics that have always been a part of the core for Digimon?
To my understanding, the patent that was filed or that went through recently is based on mechanics that are like more similar to like how the Legends games are played, right? So it's like summon something to do battle with another creature or something. But I didn't get the full understanding of it, but from the closest comparison I've heard like people talking about it, I guess in this case it's PKM and Cast, was that it's similar to like Legend style battling. So like it's or the Scarlet and Violet, I forgot what that mode is called, but it's the one where you press like the R button or something and it sends your Pokemon out and they kind of just auto battle if it's like close to a Pokemon or something like that. In Digimon's case, if we're going like way back then, right? Like the closest thing they've had to like the Legend style game was like a Digimon World game, or the more recent like Next Order game. Those would be like the closest thing I could like see that would have been sitting on copyright infringement or something for whatever the patent's out. But it's probably like what you said, right? It's under Bandai Namco. They have a good relationship with them, so I can't see them, and they're a big company, so I think even if they did set on it, like they did try to press charges or something, like they'd probably have the money to like pay for it, right? So and with the new Time Stranger game, it's more like how these, at least from what I've seen, it's more like the Cyber Sleuth series, where it's literally just like a turn-based RPG. So in this case, it's more like true to like the original Pokemon turn-based battle system. I didn't see them getting any hits for something similar to that either. So it's like, it probably just proves the point some more. Like, it's a long time franchise. I don't think they want to mess with it either. They're close to Bandai Namco, or they seem to be on good terms with them. So yeah, I see no problems with Time Stranger or any maybe possible future Digimon games coming out to have like any problems with.
Here's the thing with Digimon. Pokemon first hit shelves, or Pokemon first hit shelves in 1996. Digimon first came into, I guess, production or into the nexus of, that type of world in 1997. At that point, they were both small not even like genres. They were just small games. Like they were polar, like in a sense they were polar opposites to each other. They have grown together. Like I don't think Pokemon wants to go after Digimon for the simple fact of, in a way, and this is speaking very loosely, that'd be like going after your little brother. Like that'd be like suing your little brother in a sense. Like it's always been the conversation. If you talk about Pokemon, you inevitably talk about Digimon, and vice versa. The big difference is Digimon is a very different style of creature capture game. You're not using a device to capture these creatures. You're, befriending them or taking their data and reconstructing them. You're not using, a Pokeball or a PokeSphere or other types of balls. You inherently are doing a different mechanic. So there's no real reason for them to consider Digimon a threat on that level. And again, you grew up with this. Like, you grew up with this company. That's like Call of Duty trying to do Battlefield. You'll never see it. They are the big two of the genre. Like for first-person shooters, you have Battlefield, you have Call of Duty. For racing games, you have Forza and you have Gran Turismo. Where there's one, there will always be the other. I don't ever think Digimon will come under fire. Other games I do very much worry about, but Digimon, I don't think I've ever had the worry of, them getting sued or them coming into any issue with Nintendo.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't think they want to sour the relationship with Bandai Namco because apparently there are some good things happening between Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, and Bandai Namco. There's been some collaborations, especially with the recent games, surprisingly, actually. But then we move into another game coming out, but we've got Honkai Nexus Anima. Now, Honkai Star Runner, very popular game played by a lot of people, and this looks to be a spin-off series of the same game, of the same genre, except with pets. Wait a minute.
Creatures look okay. They're not too bad. They're definitely, if you compare it with like Pokemon, you can at least tell the difference. Damn, is this the spiritual successor to Fighting Foodons 2D edition? Damn.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have too much gameplay here, apparently.
I know there is a gameplay trailer. It definitely gives me Genshin Impact vibes, which, I mean, it's a Hoyoverse game, so that doesn't surprise me. I mean, the only thing I can say about Hoyoverse is that they were very big supporters of Pocket Pair. So, I mean, this almost, in a sense, feels like guess what, we're gonna do it too.
I think it is like a battle chess kind of game too, right? I think from what it seems like.
Yeah, so. From what it looks like.
Going over some of the different I guess the anima, you definitely see some inspiration for things like PALs and Pokemon. But with this being Hoyoverse, they are also not a small company, and although may not have the same kind of relationship that Bandai Namco has.
Exactly.
It makes me wonder if Nintendo would be so quick to pull the trigger with any copyright issues when it comes to Hoyoverse type stuff. So given the gameplay that we've been able to see, and I'll put links in the description below, the overworld gameplay seems to be very Pokemon Legends ZA style with a lot of tweaks. Definitely more immersive when it comes to the living world, but then you get into the actual what they showed for gameplay, and it is nothing like any Pokemon game to date. So, I mean, there are some mechanics that you can definitely see that Nintendo has patent. I want to know if Nintendo is going to even attempt to go after Hoyoverse on this one.
Battle mechanics, capturing mechanics, what we can assume are going to be capturing mechanics, don't necessarily seem like that is anything that Nintendo's going to really harp on. The gliding mechanics and the riding mechanics, on the other hand, and potentially the using, I don't even know what they're called, the animas, I think is what we're going to assume. Like this is just an assume. It looks as though they can do tasks for you and open up other areas. That might turn into something. Definitely the ride mechanics and the gliding mechanics though. But I can say, and I don't know how much of our reactions are going to keep in, this is definitely a game I will be playing without a doubt. But as far as like them being sued, I would like to think Nintendo wouldn't, because is it Hoyoverse that is owned by essentially by the Chinese government?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
Let's face it, Hoyoverse makes a ton of money. It's all gacha games, it's all free to play, and they're making their money off people trying to get, the gacha mechanic. But again, I'm not gonna lie, everything I've seen about this game just makes me want to play it. And you having Cubblade on there is just making it reminding me I want him. I don't know how to get him, but I need him in my life right now.
I'll definitely try it out. Hopefully it keeps my attention more than like the other games, because I don't know, I kind of just log into the other games now. I don't really do anything. And again, that's like all my app games. But besides that, it does seem like it would have a lot of things that could be taken into as like the legal case, maybe, like with the whole like riding on these animas, I guess they're called, maybe some other stuff that's going on, the type of gameplay where you're kind of like walking around, you have you have your anima thing next to you. It might do battles. We haven't seen any gameplay of that. Besides like what looks like to be the auto chess thing. There's a bunch of mini games in there that may also be like on that like line of like possibly getting brought up into like a contention or something. And yeah, I mean, other than that though, game looks pretty solid. Once again, Hoyoverse is technically I want to say they're a pretty big company at this point, especially financially. If anything, they can probably pay the fees if they ever get taken to like court or something.
One thing real quick, I want to point out that Nintendo's trying to copy ride mechanics, and Digimon Masters Online, that's been out since 2009. By the way, it is a money pit of a game. Has ride modes. Has ride modes for many of their Digimon.
May I ask why are you in your rider mode?
Because I am.
You're blocking the dude again.
I don't do it on purpose, I swear.
So then get off rider mode.
And again, they are also the point and click mechanic, but again, it's by Bandai Namco, and so will they push that button? Don't think so, but I don't think they'd win in that lawsuit, because Digimon Masters Online predates Pokemon Legends ZA by a bit. But it brings us to our final game that we're going to talk about. Now, this has been referred to as, their tagline is the monster tamer for grown adults. It is called Ballbuds, and it is, quite frankly, a straight up come get some to Nintendo. I won't show any. Well, yeah, I'll be showing some gameplay footage while we're discussing this one, because they actually do have footage. But this is currently in Kickstarter. It's met its goal. There's just so much going on in this particular game, and according to them, they have actually they have discussed the game, the mechanics with patent lawyers, and feel very confident that Nintendo cannot touch this particular game. And so, I mean, we've seen a portion of the video. What are your thoughts?
You're not wrong.
Definitely not what I was expecting. Maybe I should have expected it. It's pretty funny. Personally, though, I'm not really digging the artwork itself. That could just be me, though. I don't know. Like, I felt like I enjoyed the Honkai Nexus Anima visuals more than this game, but I don't know. Like I said, that could just be a me thing. The whole concept and like everything I saw in that video that you played, or at least as much as you played, is actually pretty funny. And it's like, so if I support the game itself, it's mainly just because of like all the digs and like references and like all that other stuff that they should that trailer, because that was actually pretty funny.
Okay, so I'm going to say this right from this get-go. I am backing this. I saw this a couple days ago. and immediately was just, here's my money. Beyond that, I do want to give that full disclosure, just because I know some people, if you're backing a project, can get a little weird on that. But here's what I'm going to say. This man, John, I think it's Lou or Lau,
Don
the
Lau.
chairman, as he likes to call himself. My favorite thing in his announcement trailer, it is a ton of Ballbuds, merchandise behind him. You know, it's all Ballbuds. But if you look in the top right corner, you see a Pikachu hat, and it is not hidden. It is wildly prevalent in this man's video. Oh, he's got Star Wars too. Okay, but yes, no, it is everything about this game legitimately makes it seem like they are walking up to that patent line and they are going as close as they can with their middle fingers up, going, try. I have consulted every patent lawyer or every, legal thing that I need to address. We have gone up to that line. We just have not crossed it. You can't sue me unless I cross this line. Like, they are using, taglines like you just highlighted, plus FPS action that slaps harder than Will Smith. In their actual, I think it's the announcement video, one of the things that it's an in-game like announcement like thing where they're talking about the history and they're talking about the bud balls, which are used to capture the buds. Well, one of the things that they bring up is, actually, Draco just pulled it up perfectly for me. Rumor has it that Japan developed a single ball capturing solution. Don't be fooled by these unpatriotic lies. Bud balls remain the gold standard of ball bud capturing technology today. Who in Japan came up with a single ball capturing solution, Draco, that would be considered standard?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like I said, everything about this game is solely to upset the people at Nintendo, which I respect. I just worry. And that being said, as Guren did say, if you are an adult, 100% check this game out, especially if you are a creature capture, game lover. 100% check this game out. I would say don't let your kids check this game out until they come up with their kid-friendly settings that they're putting into the game. But yes, the future release on Nintendo Switch 2 is a wild statement. Like, you have to have had that conversation already. Like, you can't put that on your Kickstarter unless you've had that conversation. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. That's how, legally that would have to be how it works. I don't see a world where this ends up on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm at a loss. Like, I didn't notice that until just now, and I can't see them. It's wild. Like, there's 3 different soundtracks to this game, just as of right now, where you can choose from metal, EDM, and hip hop to customize your playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
This is fan service done in a way that is not corrupt and that is just not money hungry. This is fan service done in a way actually for the fans. And that alone, plus with how open they are about, we've discussed this with legal. We understand that these are risks. Legal said they can't come after us. We're not worried. Just the actual open and honesty about it is just, it's insane. They know what to do and what not to do to make sure that they are within compliance with the legal standings so they don't get sued. Now, that being said, who knows what could come down the line, but because, like you said this before, this is a major, mess around and find out type of standing that they're standing on, I don't see this coming on the Switch 2. As much as I'd love for it to be on the Switch 2, I don't think it will be. All I can say is I highly recommend at the time of recording, you have 18 days to back this product. I highly recommend, at the very least, you looking into funding this, even at a small amount, just because I think this is going to be something to look forward to, and I think this is going to be something to watch.
I've got to agree with you on this. I I'm not gonna lie. I tripped over this particular game off of social media. I decided, let me click into it. Let me see what it's about. So I went to Kickstarter directly, looked it up, and sure enough, there is actually a Kickstarter for it. And as soon as I saw the trailer, I had to laugh. And I mean, I'm looking at the development team images, and I'll post that up. They're absolutely hilarious. They are leaning into the meme. They are definitely memeing themselves, and they are leaning into it so hard. I have to appreciate it. And honestly, I will be backing this game. Now, most of you already know I am a physical first gamer, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening in this case. And obviously that does kind of pose a little bit of an issue for me. However, the fact that they are openly snubbing what Nintendo is doing right now, the fact that they have no cares about what they're doing, I have to appreciate it. And the thing is that I feel like I have to support this kind of endeavor, especially with the fact that they are attempting to add modding support for their game, which, let's be honest, mods make games more fun. And the fact that they are fully backing modders is great. But then, of course, funding reality check. This Kickstarter is what's keeping the lights on. And by lights, we mean ramen and energy drinks. If unexpected costs pop up, we may partner with publishers, sell our organs, or auction off the CEO's dignity on eBay, regardless if the game comes first. And it's things like this in their Kickstarter that honestly just appeal to my inner Zennial, my inner Gen Xer. And I'm willing to overlook a few things just to support someone who's willing to, quite frankly, go up against the titan that is Nintendo. And I'm glad that they did take the mindset of speaking to lawyers, to making sure that they're covered, that they're gonna have this, be able to push back if Nintendo decides that they want to try and set them up for a kill shot as well. And the fact that they're looking to be on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation, if all this works out for them, even better, because that's huge backing for a no-name company in Salt Lake City, Utah. And so I will have shared the links to the Kickstarter by this point, because I do feel like this game definitely deserves to be backed, and that's just my take on this. But yeah, I mean,
Do you think it will end up coming to Switch?
honestly, hard to say. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how Nintendo would feel getting, blasted like this, and then have that same game that blasted them put on their own console. But at the same time, look at what Nintendo's been doing recently with Palworld and and the like.
I want you to know I still never got my $3 back, and I am mad.
But with that said, what are your thoughts about these games that we've brought up? Do you think Nintendo's going to be turning their legal sights on any of these games? Do you think Nintendo has a precedent for this? Let us know down below. And as always,
We'll
see you in the next
in
video.
the next video.